Good morning, everyone. I am B. Sangeetha from the Department of CSE IoT, working in SNS College of Technology. Today, we are going to see about the memory storage in the storage management. In previous video, we have seen about the storage management and what are all the techniques we have used. In this video, we are going to see about the memory allocations, that is contiguous, non-contiguous partitions. The first one is the contiguous memory allocation. The contiguous memory allocation is the basic method in which the single section or a part of memory is allocated to the process the file needing it. That is the memory allocated in a single block. Here we have many blocks in that memory. We have a process of 3, so we are allocating that only the three memory blocks to this process to work out. The because of all this, all the available memory space residents in the same place together, that means we cannot be easily or freely available allocates the memory partitions, and it is distributed, and it is not distributed in a random fashions where across the whole memory space. In this main memory, it has the combination of two main portions. In the first one is the operating system, and next one is the user program. So the allocations or to achieve the contiguous memory allocation, we are dividing the memory partition into the fixed size partitions as showed in the diagram. The advantage of the contiguous memory allocation is it is faster executions. The time it consumes only less time in the execution of process due to the fact that memory is provided in a sequential manner. And next one is the minimal overhead. It is only the few address or translations which are all contributed to the consistency of the system. And last one is the easier to control. Next one is the disadvantages of contiguous memory allocations. It has internal and external fragmentations. That is, the one way that memory can be implemented is that the way become fragmented, which result in inefficiency. And second one is multiple programming. The disadvantaging of fixed partition is that it hinders the to control and allocates the several process. And next one is the wastage of memory. Here in contiguous memory, we have a fixed partition, so the memory can be wasted, especially it is not optimal as required. The next one is the non-contiguous allocation. The non-contiguous memory allocation, the memory is allocated in a different location. See, wherever the process is running, we can be allocate it wherever we need in this memory block. So it is not the fixed partition, so the memory space could be used very low. Is basically a method on a contiguous allocation method where the memory space present in the location to the process as per its requirement. It available in the memory space is distributed pattern so freely. Available memory space is scattered here and there. The technique of memory allocations helps in reducing the wastage of memory, which eventually give rise to external and the internal fragmentations. Advantages of non-contiguous memory is no memory wastages. It allocates the memory in dynamic manner so that the memory is used as available and there is no memory wasted. And next one is increased multiple programming. So it is advantages where higher degree of multiple programmings are feasible. Next one is the reduced fragmentation. Based on its primary uses, it mainly minimizes the internal fragmentations. Next one is disadvantages of non-contiguous memory allocation. The only disadvantages of non-contiguous memory allocation is slower executions. The task could be longer in duration because the memory is frequently splitted into the blocks. Next one is what is fixed partition. The fixed partition is also the type of non-contiguous memory technique in which the memory will be divided into the fixed size which can be either equal or unequal. So whenever we have to allocate the the memory, then a free partition that is big enough to hold the process is found. Then the memory is allocated to the process. If there is no space available, then the process will wait in the queue to allocate the memory. It is one of the most oldest memory management technique which is easy to implement. So if I consider I have two process and one process is already allocated to a storage, so the other process should be waiting in a queue until that one process complete its process in fixed partitioning. See, here we have 16 MB of fixed partitioning storage blocks. Next one is the advantage of fixed partitioning is simplicity. Since the partition is already defined, so that we can easily assign the memory to the process, especially when designed in that way. Next one, the second one is easy to implementation. That is the partitioning method makes very easy to implement, especially since it only requires the partition of few segments. Disadvantage of fixed partitioning. The first one is internal fragmentation. If the process is not able to fill the partition, it uses then there is a space in that partition which is not utilized. The second one is inefficient memory utilization. Based on the size of the partition is fixed, and the large process might occupy the more space, so while the small processor occupies the inadequate large space. Next one is limited process size. The quantity is greater than the size of largest partition cannot be performed. This decreases the flexibility. Next, what we are going to see is a variable partitioning. The variable partitioning in contiguous memory allocation technique, which the memory is not divided into the partition, but the process is allocated a chunk of free memory that is big enough for it to fit. The space which is left is considered as a free space which can be further used by the other process. It also provides the concept of compassion, the space that are free and the space which was not allocated to the process or combined, and a single large memory space is made. See, if now the process 3 and 4 is not available, if the process 3 and 4 is available as a free, but I need one big processor to complete this process, means I can combine this both so that I can use that process to complete the task. Next one is advantages of variable partitioning. The first one is efficient memory utilization. The memory is allocated dynamically. This means that it can be used sparingly, thus avoids the use of much space on the available memory. No process size limitations. The one of the advantage of this is the absence of sharp partitions because the memory is allocated as per the process requirements. Next one is higher degree of multiple programming. It is also stated that process flexibility for memory can be suitable for more process. Next one is disadvantage of variable partitioning. In the external fragmentations, any memory space is granted and they recall the sum of else to free. The space of maximum unutilized partition of portions of memory or created terminated as an external fragmentation, leading to the poor memory utilization. Second one is complexity. It is a fixed partitioning and its related concepts are far simpler to handle and controlled as compared to the variable partitioning and external fragmentations. Next one is need for compactation. To avoid the fragmentation, compactation is needed in which the free areas are grouped together to form the bigger space in memory, but this takes a lot of time and consumes many resources. So in this video, we have seen about various types of memory. The first one is contiguous memory, where the contiguous memory has a fixed size of storage to all the process. Next one is the non-contiguous memory allocation, where it does not has any fixed size. So based on the process required memory, we can allocate the space in this memory. Next one is fixed partition. It is same as non contiguous memory allocation. So here the many memory space will be wasted. Next one is a variable partitioning. Here we can combine the memory space to so that we can easily use the process. Let's see in next video. Thank you.